All right, what's going on?
What up?
What's happening, my friends?
Hey, we got Mr. Will Gresham jumping on board with us for tonight. How you doing, Will?
I am doing wonderful. I can't wait to get out there and see some of these monsters that come out of all these springs.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good event. We got quite a few folks already jumped on. We got 12. That's everybody that's signed up so far, so we should be good to go, guys. Yeah, real quick, we got Will. He's with the Florida Bass Nation Kayak Series up on the northeast end of Florida. So we got a Barbara Moore. She's here with you, Will.
Yep.
But if you guys, again, just drop your name in the comment section below so that we can record you making sure that you watched the captain's meeting. So we're going to save a little time here, let everyone jump on, and then we'll get started here momentarily.
Dave, you got to give me a call when you're in town. We'll go get lunch. Go eat some Cuban food.
Oh, he was down in Miami?
Yeah, he's down here every once in a while.
He's busy man, David.
Yeah, I know he is. He stays pretty busy.
He got top 10 this last event. That's a lot of hard work there in his backyard.
Let's see. We got Todd Thomas is on. Seen Sherman's name. Ryan Richards. I saw. Did you see Ryan Dills yet?
Yeah, we're
Robert Oakley, James Messer. I think I saw James.
Yeah.
Harrison, Frizzy.
What's going on, Wendy?
Renko. I saw Daryl. Chris Lindsay is Snurley, right?
Yep, that's Snurley.
All
right. Yeah, we got so far right now for the Florida Kayak Bass Trail, we got 12 anglers signed up. So we got myself, Christopher Lindsay, Harrelson, Denton, Giovinco, James Messer, Robert Oakley, Ryan Dills, Ryan Richards, Sean Spears, Sherman Bishop, Thomas Woodring, and Todd Quillen are the 12 that are signed up. But I know we have some folks that sign up on Friday. So remember, tomorrow at midnight is the end of registration for this event. We are going to release the code, Will, right at 7?
Yeah, 7's fine.
7 p.m. is going to be the release of the code. So make sure that you guys are paying attention to that. If you guys are double dipping, make sure we are going to have the same code. The identifiers are going to be the Florida Bass Nation or the FKBT identifier are going to be approved for this event. It's going to be the same code. So make sure you guys have your appropriate identifiers.
There's no writing on your hand.
Yes. No writing on your hand. And there's going to be a couple things, Will, that I'm going to address in regards to photo criteria and stuff that we witnessed this past weekend on the Harris chain, and some questions that our judge brought to our attention. So I'm going to hit on that. Maybe your anglers might have a similar situation or question. But at any time you guys have questions, I know I have had a couple folks reach out to me. Sean has had a couple folks reach out to him in regards to some of the boundaries. Sean is going to double down and go through those boundaries for you guys. So if you have any questions, now is the time to answer them before lines in on Saturday at 7. So if you got questions, drop them in the comment section below. One of us are going to be monitoring them.
Yes, it's going to rain on Saturday all day long. It's going to be glorious.
Hey, at least it's not going to be 32 degrees.
You want to go ahead and highlight the boundaries right off the start? Kind of go over those.
I mean, we can. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter which way we go, but it's going to be raining, but it's not going to be a downpour. It'll be like a light rain with some times or some areas of it picks up.
right, give me 1 second. Since this is the hot question.
Well, I've got the list of boat ramps if you want me to go through them.
Yeah, we can
yeah,
go through those here in a minute.
Can you guys see that? Am I glitching any?
You're good.
Let's do this. Just hit the main, make it full. Take us off of it and just make it the full screen so folks can see it. There you go. There you go.
All right. Well, good to go?
Yep.
All right. Hey, down here on the south on, I believe it's Highway 44, DeLand Bridge down here on the southern boundary. Down here,
Hey,
that's...
Sean, we're covering it up.
We still good? All right. I'll go ahead and go through it. I'm on here by myself. All right. So down here at the southern boundary, we have DeLand Bridge. Down here, the western boundary, right here at Freak Creek, there's a launch there in Spring Creek. And to the north, we have Highway 40, the Astor Bridge. So all the water will go from Astor, everything in play, all the way back in the Spring Creek, all the way down the DeLand Bridge, and all these bodies of water, streams, creeks, all the way into De Leon Springs, back to Highland Park Fish Camp, which is right about down here, right? Lake Woodruff, Lake Dexter, all these small lakes, the Dead River, and streams, including De Leon Springs, is all in play. All right, so you can't go any further east of DeLand. It's going to block you off. And if you have any questions, just go ahead and drop them in the comments section and let me know if that's clear enough for you guys to kind of open up understanding on the boundaries from north to south, the main river, including Lake Dexter, Woodruff, all the way to the east to De Leon Springs, and all those rivers, creeks, and streams are all in play. And again, Spring Creek, your western boundary at Freak Creek, is the extent as far as you can move to the southwest. All right, let me pull up the comments section.
Josh Mattlebay said crystal clear. Again, you guys have any questions, reach out to us. But the link that Sean posted in our members only page, if you pull that up, it'll show your location in relation to the boundaries that he has set. So if you are north of that bridge in Astor, out of bounds. If you're south of the bridge in
DeLand Bridge, right by Edstone. The DeLand Bridge is just like where you launch at Edstone boat ramp. If you go out the little canal into the main river and hang a left, that's that bridge. Yeah. And like he was going to cover probably Spring Creek. If you go further west of that point at Freak Creek is what it says on the map exactly. There's a launch there. If you look at all the photos, there's a bunch of country folk from Florida swimming in the Spring Creek, which is pretty brave in my opinion. But any questions? I think it was Christopher Blanco. I know asked a question today. I think specifically, I know went over it with Amy. So if you two are on here or anybody else has any questions about that, we can cover it. If not, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and go ahead and hit me up directly if you're still unsure, and I'll get on a phone call with you and I'll talk you through exact. De Leon Spring has a launch. Did I just hear that right? There is a launch, but the opening time is. Go ahead.
Yeah, the De Leon Springs, it's not really there's a launch, but it's not really a launch because you're going to be waiting in a long line to get into the spring. There might be a launch that opened up. It was under renovation the last time I was there.
It's still closed. Closed, so, just south. No.
Yeah, it was under renovation last time.
And Will, if you want to go ahead and highlight those boat ramps.
Let me go back over there. All right, the one at Freak Creek is the Ocala National Forest Alexander Spring Forest Road 52 boat launch. It is very primitive, and you need four-wheel drive to get there. We'll go ahead and start from the top. There's 3 boat ramps up here, but one doesn't have a parking lot. So the Astor Butler Street Public Boat Ramp, which is a very nice ramp. That's why I've launched out of there several times. Also, the Astor Bridge Marina. The one that says it's Pearl Street is no parking, just launch only. On the eastern side, as you come down the St. Johns River, you have the Lake George State Forest Bluffington Recreational Area Canoe Launch. On the western side, you have the Astor Landing Campground and another boat ramp at the Powell's Campground. Now, as we move further on south, or actually start to move east, you have the De Leon Springs State Park, but the boat ramp that's there that's closed is Tedder's Fish Camp. Drop a little south from there, you do have the Highlands Park Fish Camp, and then Edstone Park and boat ramp at Highway 44. So basically, you cannot go underneath any bridges. State Road 17 to the east, State Road 40 to the north, and State Road 44 to the south.
It's pretty simple. A lot of water for you guys to fish.
Yeah, so Josh Maltby said Astor Landing won't let you launch there as they have no parking. North Shell Marina right over there. All right, so specifically with
Actually, Astor Butler Street has plenty of parking. The marina has parking, but the oh shoot, hold on. The Astor Pearl Street has no parking.
So specifically with some of those launches require a fee. So go ahead and take a look at FWC Boat Ramp Finder. What's the name of the launch you're launching at, Bailey? It requires a fee.
Yeah, Powell is a $5 launch.
Powell requires a fee. If you're not camping at Highland Park Fish Camp, requires a fee. The one just north or in De Leon Springs, just south of the park, that boat ramp is not, it's under construction, so it's not open according to FWC website. And the one at De Leon Springs specific, I've launched there. Bailey's launched there before. It opens at a specific time, and it's a fairly small launch. So I believe you're going to be delayed launching if you choose to launch there specifically. But I would just verify all launches within the boundaries that are public or a private business that offers a fee for launching are eligible. All right. So just take a look at the FWC Boat Ramp Finder. Gives you a clear explanation, how many boat lanes, how many parking spots, hours it's open, the fee associated, and gives you a little bit of details. Some are more specific than others. So use that tool the FWC provides you, and it's pretty self-explanatory. But again, if you have any questions about the boat ramps, for FKBT, just reach out to me. And if for Bass, reach out to Will. Boundaries for both, you guys can reach out directly to me. If you have any questions of the boundaries, Will also has the link for the boundaries. And I can break it down and explain to you if you're still confused. But everything inside those boundaries, as long as you don't cross underneath those 2 bridges or go west of Freak Creek, everything to the east is fair game of the river. All right.
Just give you an idea, from the St. Johns River itself to Freak Creek is 4.5 miles.
All right. Pending any questions, I appreciate it, Will, Chris, Todd.
Yeah, no worries. So we'll jump into the post. Actually, we'll kind of go through the individual tournament details real quick as far as that goes to make sure everyone's on the same page. It is line, and we already match Will and the Northeast Bass Nation already. So earliest launch time is going to be 6 a.m. You guys can launch your kayak off your trailer and beach it, or you can be in the immediate vicinity of the boat ramp, but you cannot leave your boat ramp and go underway to your location, your spot until 6 a.m. Lines in is going to be 7 a.m. Lines out is 3 p.m. Last photo submission is 3:30. And then the award ceremony, the check-in is going to be at 4:15 at 55 400 Butler Street, Astor, Florida. We have that pulled up right here. Let me pull that up for you. I downloaded it. So this area right here, you can look up Butler Street Boat Ramp if you want. That parking area in that square is where we are going to be located for our ceremony. Right on the east side of Front Street is where we're gonna hold our award ceremony at the end. So make sure you're there before 4:15. We will do a mandatory check-in where we will have be calling names and making sure that everyone's there before we get started. Again, for the FKBT failure to be there, remember, unless you have communicated with us, Sean, myself, or Todd ahead of schedule, no communication and no show, your fish are getting DQ'd, and your AOI points are going to be down the drain. So just communicate with Sean, myself, or Todd, and let us know ahead of time, and so we can make sure you're good to go and you're off the water. Again, Sean or Todd, do you want to type that address into the chat, or someone can they type that into the chat?
Yeah, what is it?
It's 55400 Butler Street, Butler Street, Astor, Florida, 32102, and it's in the members only page. It's on the Fishing Chaos Tournament dashboard homepage underneath the details, and we will post it on our Facebook page as well.
What's the zip one more time?
32102. Again, that is going to be, you can type in on Google Maps Butler Street Boat Ramp, and it'll take you there. But there's a visual for those that would like a visual as well. Real quick, something that we will go over right here. This is the FKBT tournament identifier card that you will have to have, and then the appropriate one for Will and the Northeast Florida Bass Nation, right? You guys have a specific identifier that you guys use, correct?
Yes. Now, for this tournament only, it doesn't matter to me. You only need one identifier, either the FKBT or the Bass Nation. I've already informed that I use Amanda for judging. She already knows to take either card, and we will have the same code.
Yep, same code, and we will have our judges are on the same page with that as well for on the Fishing Chaos side. They will take both the Bass Nation and the FKBT identifier. Okay, so for us again, anglers here. Actually, I'll use this one instead. Again, make sure that you have your contrasting marks centered on your fence. I know I already seen a post where you guys were submitting your the board check for that event. I appreciate that. Make sure the one thing that I noticed last event was your identify card being obstructed by the fish, his body. What? Yeah, Josh, we'll get to that here in a minute. I'll cover this and then I'll let Will talk on that. So for the catch board, make sure if you guys look right here, you see my identifier right there where the fin is covering the bottom left-hand portion of that of the identifier card. Make sure that the fins are not covering up any of the codes that are mandatory for our judges to see. Right, so just slide that 10 tag or whatever it is past the fish's tail so that you don't have to you don't run into any of those issues. Yeah, at least they didn't use the wrong ID. Yeah, just make sure that is not being covered, and then also hand placement. We had another angler last weekend that cut it really close on covering up or touching the eye and or the mouth of the fish. Be very careful and cautious. Right here, I'm going to show a picture. This is Albert Poor. That's about as close as I would get to.
Actually, that's covering the gill plate.
So
You
as long
can't.
as you're not under the gill plate,
Yeah.
is so right here. If you look, this is the next one. Your hand cannot enter the gill flap. If you're over it, it's fine, but do not touch the eyes, the mouth, or past the those are the no touch zones. Or if your hand slides underneath that gill plate, automatic disqualification. Okay, we had a couple that were close, but the judge, the judge made the call, and did not DQ that member's fish, but definitely make sure that you guys are following the proper procedures and taking care. So, in that case, with the angler whose fish tail or fin was covering the identifier card, I made sure at the post event meetup that angler showed me a picture of that fish and their fin and to where it wasn't covered. And he actually had it, so that's why his fish did not get DQ'd, because he was able to supply me with a proper photo. And the fish was the same length, and he had one that did not have it covered. So if that is the case and you don't have that photo, those fish will be DQ'd. And we will address the standings and however that's impacted. So just make sure you're doing your part there. So Will, there was a question about the meetup, I believe.
For
Yeah,
your check-in time.
Say again.
Do you have a specific check-in time, or is it once everybody arrives? Is the question? Are you? I know
I'm going with the same thing that you are. You know, we're all going to do it together. So 4:15, and we're going to be at the Butler boat ramp in Astor.
Yeah. So 4:15 again. I'm going to talk about this because we've had some conversation in our club about it. The 4:15 time frame. Lines out is at 3. That's an hour and 15 minutes that it's going to give you guys time to load up and get to the meetups. They're about 15, I think, from where Sean's at to the meetup is a 30-minute drive. So if you guys got to get off the water a little bit ahead of time before lines out, you guys got to do your due diligence and map that out accordingly to where you start making your way back to the boat ramp in enough time for you to be able to load up and then get to those to that award ceremony. The main reason for that is to make sure that we don't have you guys there until 5 or 6 o'clock at night, and driving. Spend your time out on the water all day, wake up early, fish all day, and then drive late into the night. We want to get you guys there, wrap up the ceremony, and get you guys on the road back home to your house. Yeah. So again, DQ, notify your tournament director. So you'll reach out to Will, and let him know, hey, if you're for us on our end, if you can't make it, as soon as you notify us that you're not going to be able to make it, or you have to leave the tournament waters during lines in, no fish can be submitted to the leaderboard, to the tournament dashboard, once you have said you're going to be off the water. If you do, those fish will be DQ'd. But for you, I'll let you answer that, Will. For Josh, DQ if they're not there unless they talk to you for the
just give me a call, Josh. I have not penalized people for not showing up to the after meeting before, but this is a joint thing, so we're kind of doing this together. It'd be good if we had everybody do show up instead of you just deciding you want to go home.
So again, the reason why we're doing this whole thing, Will fished with the Florida Kayak Bass Trail last year. We talked. He got picked up for the tournament director for the Northeast, the Bass Nation, and we got feedback last year that anglers are competing across the state in Bass Nation, FKBT, Slay Nation. They're like, hey, why don't we do events that are co-host events? So this is our way of saying, hey, we're doing what you guys wanted us to do. We're linking up. We wish we could do more of them. And at looking at it now, we got 12 folks signed up for FKBT,
13.
and 13 now. And then Will, I think, was sitting at like 6 or 7, right? So if we don't get participation in this, again, a lot of time, effort, and energy, money goes into hosting these events. We want to see folks get out, get experience with the Bass Nation, and what they have to offer. And then in turn, you guys kind of see what the FKBT has to offer you guys as well, experience-wise. So we love
now on this contest. I highly recommend sign up for both. Okay, sign up for both contests. You'll
Yeah.
see how things are going. I guess, like these guys said, I fished with you with FKBT for what 2 seasons, and these guys are awesome. They run a fantastic contest. I mean, I wouldn't be doing this with them if they didn't.
And that's the same for us too, right? We want to run this event, and we want to continue to do stuff like this throughout the year. We're going to be hosting an event with the Northwest Florida Bass Nation kayak series on Lake Seminole in April, I believe, right? So that's something we're definitely trying to do, and if we could do more of it, by all means, we're going to do more of it. We our main goal here is to get folks out on the water and fishing and having fun. So if you having fun out there, we're doing our job, and we don't want to make it any more stressful on your end. So please, please, please do your best, and to not make it as stressful for us as well, because we want to make sure that we're all having fun doing this. So we're gonna have fun at the award ceremony. We got some stuff we're gonna give away. We got some product. We have a Dakota Lithium 10 amp hour power box that we're gonna be giving away. So it's going to be fun. One thing that I will say that's a little bit different, and this might encourage you guys, at the current rate, we're going to be paying out the top 10% for this event. So if we got less than 20 people signed up, we're paying out first place. Second and third place will get a check, a paper check, a big paper check, but we're going to pay out the top 10%. It just doesn't make that much sense to do the top 3 when we got 13, 14, 15 people signed up. So we're going to do the top 10%. You're going to get some valuable Angler of the Year quality points here. At the end of the story, all you got to do is catch a fish to get those points, right? So get signed up, get out on the water, fish, test yourself out on the river system, and you got a good chance to put some solid Angler of the Year points on underneath your name there. So
Yeah. Also remember the St. Johns River flows north.
damn, Will, why'd you say that? I'm just kidding. It does flow north. If you don't believe us, look it up. So
Bailey had
and
to look
it
it up the
flows.
other night.
No, I did not. But I will tell you this. Plan accordingly, because if you go north easy in the morning and you try to get back and you don't have a motor, I'm just telling you right now, it could be a challenge. So make sure, if you guys have motors, I'm not going to insult your guys' intelligence. Be smart, be efficient on the water, because learn from me. I had to have Chris Mitchell pull me back last time I was on the water in the middle of a thunderstorm. It was not fun because I was irresponsible.
I was gonna say, Blake. Yeah, there's 2 separate payouts for both events.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to do our normal payout, which will be 3 positions plus big bass. It's going to be a separate check from FKBT. Now, if you're in both of them, and let's say you win both of them, you're going to get 2 checks, one from me and one from these guys.
Yeah, we got the top 3 big paper checks. We got the big bass check. Big bass, you still getting paid out the same way that we do any typical FKBT event. But we had a conversation this morning. Typically, we have over 30 anglers, and it's the top 10%, right? So just be mindful of that. We are at 13, so you're getting first place. So that's something we haven't really had to bring up at any point this year, because we've had over 30 and 40. We pay out the top 3 until we get to 50, and then at 50 we'll pay out the top 5. So just be mindful of that for this event. And then Chris Mitchell said 14 soon. Yeah, you guys like to wait till the last minute. That really hurts me as a director trying to pay out these winners. He said Nicole said, "Don't forget the checks, Will."
Yeah.
Have you done that in the past?
On Rodman, I forgot the checks. I fished till noon, drove home, got the checks, and was back in time for the meetup.
Oh, nice.
She said you.
Yeah,
deserve
Todd,
to
don't
fish
forget the
today.
checks, Todd.
I've got them.
So I do have something I do want to touch on real quick because I've had some folks reach out to me about this particular light, the YOLO Tech. This is the 3 foot YOLO Tech light. If you guys go out on our members only page, I can post it on our public page. But that is a fantastic light that has a 360 light, but it also does strobes. It does a ton of things, but it is definitely something that I highly suggest to have on your kayak, your boat, whatever. If you're out on the water, you will be seen using that. I have a specific link that you can use if you guys want to buy it. There's a discount code associated with it. You guys are more than welcome to reach out to me. I can send you that link and you guys get a sick discount. There's on the backside, I'll do a better job and take a picture of it. There's actually a barrel with a T. It's that has an SEE plug on it. That's a T-bolt, so it'll attach to to your typical track system on your kayak. It screws down and then you just kind of sit it in. It's like like the plug on a boat. It's a really cool item to have if your Yak Attack lights or batteries are low. That runs direct power from a battery source, and those little 10 amp hour Dakota Lithium battery boxes are perfect power sources for that light. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Something else I'm going to hit on real quick before we wrap this up and answer any questions you guys may have is the championship. Folks, I don't know if they didn't pay attention or didn't watch the live, but Todd's making a banner, and we're in the process of updating our schedule. I don't know if you did that yet or not, but we're going to update that schedule to reflect our championship this year is going to be on May 18th and May 19th on the Kissimmee chain, right? See what we did there, Will?
Oh,
Kissimmee
yes.
Right. So again, May 18th and May 19th, we are going to be hosting our championship on the Kissimmee chain. So make sure top 25 in Angler of the Year points are the ones that qualify for that. And anybody who fished at least 5 events and won a FKBT monthly, you also won your way into the championship. So if other folks have mentioned, if I won a monthly and I'm in the top 25 in Angler of the Year points, does the monthly roll down to second place? No, there's no roll downs in the monthlies. However, there are roll downs in the regular season Angler of the Year points. So in the top 25, say 3 or 4 people can't make it that fall in the top 25, will roll down to the to whatever those anglers are underneath that, to where we will field 25 anglers in the championship. There will be 25 anglers competing on top of whoever qualified through the monthly that didn't qualify through the top 25. So hopefully that answered any of your questions. If you guys have any other questions about that, please let me know. I will be sure to explain it to you best I can, but also just reference our rules. It's plain and it's written out kind of very simply there.
Will, Nicole wanted to know where they can see the bass standings.
Say again.
Nicole wanted to know where can we see the bass standings.
After this contest, after the last contest, we had some fish submissions that were being contested. They both failed. So actually, I have the standings. I'll go ahead and post them up after this meeting.
Nice. And I'll go ahead and kind of since we are kind of halfway through our season, for those of you that don't know where to find our standings currently on Fishing Chaos, if you go to our the trail and club and underneath fishing our Florida Kayak Bass Trail, you guys can see it underneath series standings. You just go to the 2024 season. We have Thomas Woodring in first, Chris Mitchell in second, John Hicks is in third, Nathaniel Holly in fourth, Sean Spears is in fifth, Wendy Biles is in sixth, Alan Reed in seventh, Chris Clutter in eighth, Christopher Blanco in ninth, Jason Leach in 10th, David Myers 11th, Jeff Gallagher in 12th, Evan Percasso in 13, Albert Poor in 14th, Seth Taylor tied with Albert Poor in 14th. I'm in 16th, Harrelson's in 17th, Devin Holbrook's 18th, Fred Anderson's 19th is tied with Frizzy Zamora. Christopher Arazi is in 21st. Timothy Strasbaugh 22nd. Amy Brown, you are in 23rd. Doug Wilson is in 24th. And Ryan Richards rounds out the top 25 with 268 points. So, Ryan, that's only 3 events. So, as you finish 2 more events and get your top 5, I'm sure to see you guys up at the top. So, this is going to be a good event for you guys to jump the board and gain some valuable points. And definitely make sure that you catch at least 1 fish to get those points, because there's no points for participation. You guys got to at least land 1 fish in order to receive AOI points. Cool. Any questions on that? I know we're right at 35 minutes. Again, all the tournament details can be found on Tourney X for Will Gresham. If you guys want to sign up, we posted a link on our members only page to sign up for on Tourney X, because that is the platform Bass uses. Everyone's familiar with both Tourney X and Fishing Chaos. If you're not, please reach out to Will. We'll post. Is it okay if we post?
Yeah, no. I posted your link on our website,
Okay.
on our Facebook page as well.
Perfect. Yeah. So we did both. If you have any questions from the FKBT and you have any questions for Florida Bass Nation, reach out to Will, and vice versa. If you guys are primarily fishing Will's Club and you have any questions for us, reach out to us. We'd love to answer any questions you guys may have and get you guys squared away on our end as well. So, yeah, I don't have anything else to add. Todd, what else you got?
We're up to 14.
14 folks. 14. Nice. Okay.
Keep it rolling, people. Get signed up.
Yeah, you guys get signed up. We're looking forward to seeing you guys out at the post-event ceremony. We got some cool product that we're going to be giving away. We're going to do it a little bit differently this time. I'm going to do a random name generator, and we're going to do it that way. So if you're at the post-event ceremony and your name gets called, we'll get you guys some strike. We got some Strike King stuff, some Torrent baits. We got the Dakota Lithium items. So yeah, we're gonna have some stuff to give away for sure. So good. Sean, you got any last minute?
Yeah, just make sure you guys have all your safety equipment, your rain gear. Pull your scupper plugs if you need to. Bring your bilge pumps or sponges, just in case you don't have your kayaks sealed up and you have to bail some water out in an emergency. So just be prepared. It's going to rain all day, so if you have a bunch of holes in your kayak, make sure you bring something to get water out just in case. But other than that, be safe. I'll see you guys. I'll be up there tomorrow. I think me and Bailey are going to be out on the water beating them up before you guys get to them on Saturday.
Also, just so everybody knows, Sherman mentioned here, little Debbie, here he comes. We do have set up on the Fishing Chaos app where you can submit your little lunker on there as well.
Well, I gotta verify that, Todd. I'm gonna call the guy tomorrow. It's
showing on the leaderboard. If you click the leaderboard, it's got all 3 of them on there this time.
Okay, so and I'm glad you brought this up too. Sorry, I completely spaced on that. It's very important for you guys on the FKBT. Whenever you guys go to submit your first fish for that tournament, this drop down pops up and says, what leaderboard do you want to submit this fish to? Make sure you click the little lunker leaderboard, so that the fish gets submitted to that leaderboard. If not, then it won't. Again, we still will have a backup. If it doesn't work for you guys, please drop it on our members only page. I'll create a lunker. Don't create your own post. I'm going to create a post this time, so to make it a little bit easier, you guys just comment on that post with a photo and leave it at that, so that it'll make it a little bit easier on us. But I am going to call and talk to the guy tomorrow on Fishing Chaos on how to make that a little bit easier, because it didn't work last event for some reason. So, and I did take off the on the water feature. I don't know what happened there. I did take off the safety check thing. I don't know why it was on there. So you guys shouldn't have any issues with that. The one thing I will say that I'm not sure, Will, if you want to address this with your club, is with the members that are fishing from your club, cell phone service on the river.
I have been all over that river and haven't had a problem, but I've got Verizon. The ones that usually have problems are your T-Mobiles and stuff. If you cannot submit your fish, make sure that you leave enough time to get out of the water and to get your submission in before 3:30. It's totally up to you. It's your responsibility. And if you submit it at 3:31, it's not going to go because Attorney X shuts it down.
Yep. Yes, absolutely. We've had an issue. We've had issues in the past. Again, 3:30. That's it. Make sure you get off the water ahead of time and go find. So if you got a good juicy spot that's 8 miles away and no service, make sure you get to that juicy spot quick and out of there quick so that you can get your photos submitted. Because again, I'd hate for you to have a 100-inch bag and it not go. So
The only place that I would be really worried about cell service is going up at Alexander Creek. But anywhere from Astor all the way to DeLand and all the way over to 17, there's more cell towers than you can shake a stick at.
okay, well that's good to know. I haven't had issues on the tournaments I fished there, but I want to say here, what time are we at 40 minutes into this? Get cell phone service if you ain't got it, so you can make that 3:30 last photo submission, because that's angler responsibility. That's 101. What you got, Sean?
You gonna have your boat out there on Saturday, Will?
I was, but if it's raining, I'm not going to.
Yeah, just let us know. Just if you're out there in your boat, we can use you. If anybody has any issues,
Yeah, I'll bring the boat then.
all right.
You're gonna make me get wet.
I'm just asking. I was gonna say, if you guys have any major issues,
Put my phone number on your site. I think everybody has. Bass Nation has my phone number. But if you get in trouble, call me. But once you call me, you're done for the day.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not going to be your taxi and pull you from spot to spot.
Yeah, so
Heard that.
Yeah. Again, like in emergency, you need Will. We'll have him out there. He'll be out there playing his banjo for us. For some tunes, and he'll cover down as a rescue boat just in case any of you guys need assistance. We understand. I know it's been flooded up there. I know the current's probably a little ripping a little bit more than normal. So just be safe, like I said earlier.
Yeah. Well, most of the day I'm gonna be hunting for my $1,000 rod that fell off my boat.
So, Steven, you're with Bass, correct? You got to launch any public launch or private launch that offers launching with a fee within the boundaries is an eligible launch for this event for both Bass and FKBT.
Yeah, you can launch at any actual boat ramp, but you can't launch from the side of the street.
Correct. Both boat ramps and the primitive. I believe there's 3 in the boundaries, 3 primitive kayak launches.
I saw 2.
2? I'm sorry, 2 within the boundaries. So the boat ramps, private boat ramps that offer launching with a fee, and those 2 kayak primitive launches are the only authorized launching locations. No makeshift.
And both of those primitive, if you ain't got 4-wheel drive, I wouldn't attempt it.
Hey Dave, he has multiple instruments he's bringing. Banjos while he's on the river.
I don't know what PCD stands for. Will. I'm not sure. PCD, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Okay. If you can elaborate with that, Steve, we can give you a better answer. But are there any?
I wonder if it's a keystroke or maybe is it PFD?
Yes, PFDs are a must, and you must wear them all times. If your boat has a motor, you must have navigational lights as well as a 360.
Oh, he meant Palaca City docks.
Huh?
He meant Palaca City docks.
Okay, that is like 40 miles away from where we are fishing.
Yeah, out of bounds. So
way out of bounds. Like, you need to come way south.
Just get with
Call me after this is over.
Yeah.
PFDs from lines in to lines out. Safety light, if a 360 white light is lit, or during times of low light or darkness. If you're running a motor, bowing, you need to have navigational lights. Make sure you guys have a high vis flag being flown at all times. And if you have any other questions about that, you guys can reference the FKBT rules that are located on the Fishing Chaos platform, at the dashboard, and on our Facebook page. And for Will, where are your guys' rules posted?
No, they are actually on the Tourney X site where you
Yep,
sign up. You just click on the rules, and then they all pop up.
pops it up. Perfect. Make sure you guys are squared away with that. Again, remember what your responsibility is while you're out on the water. Be safe, have fun, catch some fish, and we'll see you guys at 4:15 at the boat ramp getting the award ceremony started. So if you guys have any questions between now and 07 on Saturday, make sure you reach out to Sean, Will, myself, or Todd to make sure you guys are squared away and have fun out there. All right.
All right,
Anything else from you guys?
we'll see you Saturday, and everybody go out there and have fun. That's what this is all
Have
about.
fun.
Absolutely.
That is right. Have fun, catch some fish,
Let's
win
see
some money.
Let's see some PBs come Saturday.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, if I'm catching my PB, it might not be a bass, it might be one of them underwater sea cows.
They are friendly.
Yeah. So for those of you that really haven't fished the St. Johns River, there are what are they called? The sea
Manatees.
cows?
Manatees.
The manatees. So when you're out at 6 o'clock in the morning and the sun hasn't come up yet, and you hear like a blow right next to your kayak, don't freak out. It is a manatee. Don't go chasing these little things that float because those are manatees. Don't touch them; they'll flip you out of your kayak.
Well, they'll try and hump your kayak because they think you are on a manatee.
Yeah, exactly. So just be safe out there. Wear your PFD. I don't know what Chris Mitchell's saying. He's spelling my name right or wrong. So he's a
Well, we
clown.
got a big prediction on here already, 110 inches.
I see.
That is.
That's a high river.
Before we hop off here, Barbara, to answer your question, yes, you got to stop. You can remove or add layers, but you got to stop fishing. Take your PFD off to add or remove layers. Put your PFD on, and then you can resume fishing. And stop fishing means pull your line out of the water. So, and I'm pretty sure bass falls in line with the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. If you do want to put clothes on or take them off, you got to. Well, it's kind of hard to fish when you got both hands trying to take a PFD off. So it's just common sense. Another thing, be leery about putting a raincoat over a PFD. Because if you've got one of those ones with a canister and it ignites for any reason whatsoever, you're not going to be happy.
No. All right. Anything else? We're going to get off here before the 50 mark, I promise.
Who
All
gets
right.
the M375? Todd?
Yep.
Let's give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors. So with Strike King, we appreciate you guys. They donated a gift card for the championship and some products. So Van Hunk's Kayaks is our Angler of the Year. They're giving away another kayak this year. We got Dakota Lithium that just gave us a 54 amp hour battery, a 4 10 amp hour power boxes, and a bunch of 10 amp hour batteries that we're going to be giving away throughout the year. 13 Fishing went over to Rapala, so we got Rapala and the 10 companies that are associated within that umbrella. Really, really, really great discounts and partnership with those guys. Torquedo, Torn Outdoors, again, we're going to have some products to be given away from those guys. Yak Attack, Ego Fishing landing nets, we got one of those. Some Cross Kicks, Spear Points, Performance Hooks does our big bass sponsorship. We got Mondo Fishing with Greg Gerdak. And then last but certainly not least, Todd with Quilquo Prints and Promos. He does all of our hats, shirts. So if you guys are new to the club and you want some FKBT swag, you guys reach out to Todd. He'll get you covered and get you taken care of so you guys can represent the brand and the club when you guys are out on the water. But without that being said, we will see you guys on Saturday at 4:15. Be safe when you guys are out there on the water. If anything comes up, make sure you communicate to one of us four. Let us know. so that we can make sure that you are taken care of when you guys are out there fishing these events. We want to make sure you guys are safe and having fun. So yeah, we will see you guys.
Real quick, if you do need me, I will have the boat out there. I will want your GPS position. So find out how to get your GPS position on your phone before you get out there and get in trouble.
Yes.
Do you want it in 10
All
digit
right.
grid, 8-digit grid? I'm just kidding.
He's Army. Don't listen to him. All right, guys. We'll see you guys out on the river this Saturday. Be safe, be smart, and have fun.
Later.
Good luck,
Later.
everyone.